Game of Thrones has given us some of the best character arcs in television. We've seen Arya Stark grow from little rascal to deadly, face-changing assassin. Tyrion Lannister transformed from debauched romantic to the hand of Daenerys.
Forever.
But the most surprising changes have been with those nefarious guys we love to hate, but now, just love. Sandor Clegane, Jaime Lannister, and Theon Greyjoy. For its final act, Game of Thrones gives us a study of redemption. Theon actually started out, well, as a good, if rowdy, right-hand man to Robb Stark, culminated when he swore his sword and loyalty to the new king in the north. It was clear that, for all his selfish faults, Theon loved the Stark family and wanted to help their cause. Theon's biggest flaw is his desire to be loved, and this outweighs any ability to demonstrate selfless love for others. Jaime Lannister started at the opposite end of the spectrum. At the very end of the first episode, Jaime pushes the innocent Bran off a tower in order to protect his secret affair with his twin sister Cersei. He declares,
"The things I do for love."
And as the audience, we can't help but see Jaime as a true villain. Golden boy of the calculating Lannisters, concubine to his own sister, an infamous Kingslayer, and even his better qualities are flaws. He is too handsome, too smooth, and all his fighting skills were used to serve the wrong king. His love of family continues to make him evil in our eyes, especially when he kills Ned Stark's beloved friend Jory and all his guards. But then, honor prevents Jaime from killing Ned on the spot. Jaime may be impure, but there is much more to him than meets the eye. The same goes for the Hound, whose loyalty to Prince Joffrey and first appearance as helmet-donning warrior presents him as a henchman/minor character at best, offering nothing more than intimidation. Then he kills Arya's friend, the Butcher's boy, and shows zero remorse. He slaughtered Stark bannermen and took Sansa prisoner. He is cold, harsh, and discerning with his sword. And yet, like Jaime, there is more going on with Clegane.
Save yourself some pain, girl. Give him what he wants.
By the end of the first season, Jaime and the Hound are squarely in the camp of classic evil villains. Sandor more rebellious than Jaime, while Theon seems, if not good, then at least true neutral. Seasons 2 and 3 are where the writer's formula really starts working. For Jaime, he continues acting immorally, when he kills his own cousin in order to try and escape Robb Stark's camp. He does this out of selfish desperation. That desperation continues when he is permanently transformed by the chop of Locke's axe. It's only then, when he's powerless and wounded, do we actually hear his side of the Jaime Lannister story.
Finally, the day of reckoning came.
We learn that it was out of love for his father and the good of King's Landing that he killed Aerys and forever ruined his reputation. He may be a bad guy, but now we can empathize. He seems more conflicted than just pure evil. Sandor Clegane follows the exact same arc. In the Battle of Blackwater Bay, we see him weakened and scared for the first time, surrounded by fire, his greatest fear. And it's then that he severs ties to the evil King Joffrey. We realize that the Hound wasn't with the Lannisters for any reason other than his own well-being. The Hound goes through the same literal trial by fire when he later duels Beric Dondarrion. By the end of the third season, Sandor Clegane continues surviving by any means when he and Arya kill a bunch of Frey soldiers to escape the Red Wedding. The Hound may still be a stone-cold killer, but like Jaime, we're starting to understand his reasons. Then the Hound loses all his power when Brienne knocks him off a cliff and Arya leaves him for dead.
Kill me.
Meanwhile, Theon takes the long way around for the same result. He first loses the audience when he betrays Robb Stark. But like Jaime, we understand in that moment that Theon is acting out of insecurity and love for his original family. He solidifies his less than neutral standing when he has 2 innocent boys killed to pretend that Bran and Rickon are dead. More than any other reason, he does this out of fear of losing control. And then in case you've blocked it from your memory, Theon undergoes terrible torture at the hands of Ramsay the Bastard. Theon becomes Reek and is stripped of his manhood and family name, arguably the things that caused him to commit his sins in the first place. So we're halfway through the show. The Hound, Jaime, and Theon have basically gone from chaotic or lawful evil to neutral, as they've lost their power and drive for selfish acts. Jaime truly rises from the ashes when he breaks Tyrion out of jail, saving his life. It's this same love of family driving his actions, but now it is to defend the helpless and innocent, rather than maintain the power of the ruthless. Not long after that, Theon pulls a Darth Vader when he saves Sansa from Ramsay's henchmen and escapes with her. Theon sees Sansa in the same place he was before he became Reek, and it is that empathy and selflessness that continues the journey towards redemption. If his redemption did hang solely onto the Starks' forgiveness, we might have seen Theon perish at the hands of Ramsay. But Game of Thrones knows the path of redemption is not as simple as making amends. There's a chance that Theon's arc follows a chiastic structure, a literary technique utilizing a symmetrical story pattern to make way for character growth. And despite making good with the Starks, he still must make amends with his deepest demons. Theon desires love, but he cannot find it from an outside family, and he definitely can't find it in bed. Theon must demonstrate the kind of selfless love his sister once showed him, and ultimately be prepared to die for it. The Hound pretty much does the same thing, after reappearing in Season 6 under the care of the pacifist Septon Ray, though his actions take the form of revenge after the village is slaughtered. He's still a violent, nasty guy, but he's acting out of a sense of morality now, rather than self-interest. The once brutal bodyguard to Joffrey is now in contention for the heart of the series. By the end of Season 7, all three have aligned themselves with the decidedly good guys, none more dramatically than Jaime, who finally severs ties with the one person he loved most, Cersei. We can't help but speculate Jaime's arc coming full circle in the ultimate act of sacrifice. And with the dramatic reveal that Jon is in fact the offspring of Rhaegar and Lyanna Stark, well...
A Lannister always
Don't
pays...
say it.
Game of Thrones may be intent on subverting its genre, but perhaps its most successful narrative experiment is the character arcs of these three complex characters. The last key ingredient? You need a truly evil character who made these guys bad in the first place. What makes Jaime redeemable isn't just that he starts acting good, it's because his misdeeds all trace back to his love of Cersei, which he finally severs. For Theon, it was his treacherous father Balon, and the Hound was of course his brother, the Mountain, Gregor Clegane. These baddies are so unredeemable, they allow us to love and thus forgive our conflicted anti-heroes.
Anyone touches it, I'll kill you first.
And in the final season, hopefully, they'll free themselves of the bad forever. Let us know in the comments below if you think these three characters are actually capable of redeeming themselves. Subscribe to Gameray across all socials, and we'll see you next time.